Good evening, friends. This month of May, I am actually going to be live on YouTube channel, and I will also be. I'll also be talking a little bit about certain ailments, giving you a little bit of to try and do it yourself. And the reason I'm doing this is because I would love to spread the therapy, which is called the Sujok acupressure therapy. Even sometimes I will be talking on reflexology. Some days I will be talking on color therapy. I will be talking on seed therapy, different kinds of seeds, different ways that you can treat yourself. Sometimes just to do some breathing techniques. So many different things. I am Smita Shah from Navrung Expressions and Navrung Healing Institution. The good news is we are soon in June going to announce the dates, fees, and the duration for upcoming classes, certification classes in reflexology and acupressure. There will be another day, maybe I will talk also about what will you learn in these classes. If you would like to join, if you would like to try it yourself, the basic Sujok acupressure is learning all about, it'll be a 7-day duration class with 1.5 hours each day. And it'll be a certification, but in that you will learn the history of Sujok, history of acupressure, how it started, what does Sujok means, what is Sujok acupressure, why do we call Sujok and acupressure two different things, whereas it is almost the same. And we will be learning, if you join the class, you will be learning about the 5 elements, the organ clock, how the organ clock works, how does it help us to follow our organ clock of the body. Many different things play a big role in healing our body. So today, let's talk with all the current situation, especially in USA and in Chicago right now. We have quite a bit of a springtime where we have really not hit the spring very well. We're still having some cold weather, some days very good weather, lots of rain. And this really brings in cough and cold, especially in little kids. You might have seen some of my therapies or videos where my grandson is doing color therapy, or some color therapy programs where the faculty member, Pallavi Mehta from India, she had conducted a color therapy basic course, just to give you the basics of how color therapy works. There is a seed therapy that we can do. So why do we get the cough and cold right when it is hot and cold and then rainy? So basically our body is made up of cough, Vat, Pitta, and Kapha. That's what we say. And what does it mean is actually the elements, they combine together to form and they imbalance the body. And then when there is an imbalance, we develop either dry cough or mucus or congestion, sinusitis, and coughing, dry, and mucus cough, right? In the same way, we have running nose or we have congestion with the sinusitis. And when we try to treat, either it becomes too dry when we are trying to treat the runny nose, and then if the runny nose, if we try to do the congestion part, then we have a lot of running nose. So it's very hard to do something with ourselves. How do we know what to do? The very first thing I would suggest is whether you are dealing with a young child, it may be 12 months, 24-month, 4-year-old, 40-year-old, or 80-year-old. Anybody who is actually going through a cough and cold, which is common. And today I'm talking about common cough and cold or condition or anything related to the weather conditions. So please keep in mind that using these therapies is harmless. It has no side effects and it's not going to harm you in doing anything that I am asking you to do. Two things: you try it and it works. You try it, it doesn't work, it's fine. Not everybody is accepting everything that we do. So let's understand what is exactly that we can work on when we are treating ourselves. So I always say ourselves is because it is do it yourself and do it first for yourself or your loved ones. And then you can also do it for your friends, your family, and sometimes maybe, coworker. You are in a party and you start to see someone coughing or having running nose. Here are some tips. Hopefully, you're noting them down and try it out. Definitely give me your feedback because your feedback helps us to improve. All these therapies are tried and done research at uh, ISA, that is International Sujok Association. Professor Park Jae-woo has come up with a wonderful therapy. Of course, acupressure is not an unknown um, zone in our life because acupressure is just the same as acupuncture, but without needles. Many times, acupressure works better than acupuncture, and in some cases, acupuncture works better than acupressure. So they are having the same exact meridians, same exact protocols, and the understanding is exactly the same, but little difference with what pressure points where you can pressure, or the sujok, where the sujok therapy is actually kind of an advanced therapy for acupressure, where you don't have to go into your body because there are many points in the body where it's hard to reach. And so Professor Park Jae-woo taught us how to plot those points on your hands. At the same time, there is also color therapy. And because we can plot it in our hands, we can apply these colors on our hands. And we can also apply seeds on our hands. I'm not talking about magnets right now, because magnets might be something when you start understanding this therapy. But if you try it with colors or with seeds, you will see the wonders, and you will definitely want to try it with magnets, because then your healing power is um, doubled. It's more powerful. As you see in the background of my poster, there is moxibustion, there is gua sha, there is color therapy, seed therapy, uh, so many different magnet therapy and auricular therapy, which I have in the past shown on the years. So now let me come to when I am doing color therapy. So when I do color therapy for the cold, right? Very first thing, black color is very handy, especially when we are treating young, small kids, infants. Even you can do it on infants under 1 year. Just make sure that you're using non-toxic colors, or I will show you many different tips which you can choose that you would like to use for your child. And I will also mention it separately for what to do if it's the person is adult. Now, let's first take the child. Say, for example, a child suffers or an infant is suffering due to the weather condition with cough and cold congestion. The very first thing I suggest is to take some eucalyptus oil, mix it in coconut oil because eucalyptus oil can be a little harsh on the skin, and you can just apply it on the chest area in the center of the chest. You can apply it around here because here are some lung points, stomach points, and other points that will help the child to release the congestion. So the center of the chest, so your lungs are also covered. You can do a little bit around in the neck. You can do it behind your neck. You can do that, and you can rub it on the feet, the sole of the feet. This is simple. If you don't have eucalyptus mixed with coconut oil, feel free to use Vicks. Vicks also has something that is for child. And that's why I'm starting slow with what is readily available. Now you might say that, oh, I don't have things in my, we only have Vicks or we don't have time to make things. So I would tell you one thing to do is also you have um, fresh ginger in the house. And hopefully most of us keep fresh ginger in the house. We have fresh garlic in the house. So these are the easy tips also. See if your child is very much congested and the chest is very much congested. The child is not having and is not at ease in breathing. I would suggest you to take a blunt tool. This is one of my probes, Jimmy, we call it. So you take it and lightly massage on this area for the child. Okay, this is the lung area. Start massaging this area. Then, if they are not able to breathe, the tip of their thumb, you can massage here lightly. First, always massage. Okay, so massaging here, this areas. This is correspondence areas for the lungs and the heart. You can also go this way, because if you go into the Ayurvedic way, if you go into the reflexology way, these are again going to be the same thing. But you massage it over here. And remember, because the child's hands are delicate, do not give too much pressure. It should be very light pressure. Just massage it gently. Massage over here gently. And once you have that, what I would like you to do is take a non-toxic pen, can be a sketch pen. I have this brush pen, color pens. You can put a black dot right on the tip where the protruding part of the nose is. Do you see? Like this part is up. So that is one thing. It should open up the breathing. Other thing you can do is if the child is too young, just use the color therapy and massage, because you don't want, if you are not, we don't want to put tapes on the kids just to try. But if the child is a year or 2 year old or 3 year old, what you can do is you can take black pepper, a kernel of black pepper, or crush the black pepper, take the powder, put it on the tape, and then tape it where I have the black color. So you tape it around here and leave it on for 30 minutes to an hour. So if the child is under 1, please keep it only for 30 minutes. If the child is above 1 and between 1 and 4, keep it for 1 hour. If the child is 5 and up to 12, keep it up to 2 hours. And if the child is 12 and above, you can keep it up to 3 to 4 hours, and adults, we would keep it up to 8 to 12 hours. So these are one tip for congestion, right? Now, if you have running nose, so if the child has running nose and the child is not stopping, it's constantly dripping and is not able to, and usually this happens with kids 1 and above. So the one thing I would say is here, and instead of the black color, you can still do the black color. Black color stops any infection. So, but if you have not done the black color, you can take yellow color. I'll show that on my different thumb. So you can take the yellow color, and in the same way, right where where the thumb has the pointed, the protruding muscle part, you can just put that yellow color, and that should stop the child from having running nose. Many times the child is also coughing with running nose. The reason is because when they're trying to inhale and the running nose, and then the mucus starts to drip, there is a dripping in the throat, and that also creates infection. So again, black color is very important. What you can do is you can make a black line, circle around the joint of the thumb, both thumbs, and my grandson calls this the beard. He goes like, we have to do the beard. So you can do this squiggly lines around. And again, I repeat, these are all for common, not chronic. These are all for acute things that seasonal issues or ailments that we all face, especially with the child, with the kids, when we don't want to continuously keep giving them medication. So now, after this, you can also apply the same thing. You can have crushed black pepper. You make a line on the strip of the tape, and you can just tape it around, okay, on the throat area. This is the throat area. And you can do the yellow color. Instead of the black, you can do the yellow color, and you can do that on both the sides. So on both sides, when you do it, what happens is your throat is covered, infection is going down. Again, you have to massage this area. Do not forget to massage this area before you do any seed therapy or color therapy. Again, this is the same way. If it's a child, color therapy can stay longer. You can rub it off or wash it off in a little bit. It is okay, but it'll fade away anyways. But other than that, if you're doing seed therapy, make sure that you keep it less time for young kids and more time for older ones. And then for adults, you can keep it up to 8 to 10 hours or 12 hours. So this was about dripping, congestion, and infection or running nose. Now, let me talk something from the kitchen. You have done your color therapy, you did your seed therapy. Maybe one of the child is not responding to this therapy that you did. Let's try something from the kitchen, still natural. You can take fresh ginger, slice it thin, tape it on the tape, and apply the ginger right here. Take a big, this much part of the ginger, and apply the ginger here and here. So this is good for congestion or even allergic sneezing. You will see coughing. You will see that it will start to help. The same thing, if you feel there is so much congestion here and the color therapy or seed therapy is not working, you can put a piece of ginger and tape it over here. Keep this for at least an hour or two. Same process, hour for little kids, 2 hours to for kids above 1 to 4, and 3 to 4 hours for 12 above 5 and 12, or yeah, you can go up to 12 and about 12. Generally, we consider them that they can take it longer. So 6 hours, and then all adults will be 8 to 12 hours. Now you tried the ginger part, it gave a good relief, but after a few days now, at least do these therapies for 3 days consecutively, 5 days, and then see the results. Don't expect it to completely be a miracle. Okay, it just works like any other dosages that the doctors give you for cough syrups, tablets, or antibiotic. Everything is the same way. This is in more natural way. So please give yourself 3 days to 5 days. After the first day of the treatment, even if you feel better, continue doing it for at least 3 days. Okay, you can definitely repeat it if it comes back. Usually it is not coming back, but these are acute. Reason is seasonal changes, weather changes, and they can come back, and you have to just do it in a natural way. Eventually, your body will start not reacting to these seasonal changes. Now, we did the ginger part. If you don't want to do ginger, or if the ginger is not as effective, then you take fresh clove of 1 clove of garlic. Do not peel it. Do not peel it. Slice it from the center, and when you open, it becomes like a heart. Place that heart shaped on this area and then tape it. Okay, you can do that on both sides. Okay, and this will really help if there is a deep congestion in your chest. It should take away a lot of congestion from your chest. So these were little tips. And remember, all these ailments that are seasonal or due to weather conditions happen due to changes in our body. And it's not necessarily that we are weak or our child is weak. It happens. Body cannot always take all changes, because even the body goes through a lot of changes every 5 years. So please try these little tips. Let us know what you think. Try it out. Give us a feedback, and join again next Tuesday for another tips on another ailment. If you have any queries, if you have questions about a particular query, we will talk on that. But I will come up with my own queries every Tuesday, giving you tips, reasons of why it develops in our body. Again, I would like to say thank you to all of you for joining, for listening. If you don't mind, please like the like button, subscribe if you like it, because you're live on YouTube. You can also join me live on Zoom if you want to talk face to face. And usually my Zoom links are given on Facebook. I will join every Tuesday at 7 o'clock with something new for you all to try it out on yourself, your friends and family. Again, this is Smita Shah, Navrung Expressions. Thank you for joining, and hope to see you all again. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay blessed, keep smiling.